yes sir. Oh, we gon' take it back like these and bows.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Zylinga, and this is my video to present the unit on real estate and marketing for the EDUC 522 class here at APU. So what's the purpose? Well, the purpose of the 10-day unit is to introduce my business students to real estate and marketing. And by the end of the unit, students will be able to understand how to make money in the real estate market, how to create effective marketing campaigns, and how proper advertising can influence your consumer. Okay, so what are my students going to learn? Well, they're going to learn this. Students will be able to understand and explain what real estate is and understand that there's a profit to be made even in today's economy. They're going to be free to ask any questions of the guest speaker with the expectations of clear answers. They're going to be able to draw current news and previous knowledge into the classroom. They'll be able to turn a profit in the current housing market, show how to purchase a reasonable property and rent it out for a profit of at least $300 per month. They'll be able to identify two factors that can determine consumer demand. They will be able to identify substitutes and complements for selected goods and services, distinguish between fact and opinion in advertisements, identify product placements as they see in TV programs and movies. They'll be able to build awareness of the pervasiveness of advertising in their culture, and they'll be able to develop critical skills necessary to think independently in the media-saturated consumer society. Okay, so a lot of this class was focused on the different types of multiple intelligences and how we as teachers need to understand that our students have so many different learning styles. So I want to share a few of my ideas from this lesson and how they tap into each one of these 8 multiple intelligences, as well as how I plan to incorporate technology into the unit. First, we'll start off with the interpersonal intelligence. It involves the ability to relate to and understand other people, so it's the ability to interact with others, understand them, and interpret their behavior. They thrive in social interactions and are good at reading, empathizing, and understanding others. I have several opportunities for this learner to work in groups for projects or research on the current housing market. They'll be presenting marketing campaigns as a team for immediate feedback from their peers. Groups will be asked to share their online findings of an effective target audience for their chosen product or service. Students will also be asked to report the different facts and opinions in today's advertisements. The class will be taking an online quiz that will provide immediate feedback and will cause for further discussion as to their understanding. Intrapersonal intelligence involves the ability to introspect and self-reflect. It's like being a self-smart, one that refers to having an understanding of yourself and knowing who you are, what you can do, what you want to do, and so forth. They're great at looking inward and figuring out their own feelings, motivations, and goals. So there will be plenty of opportunities for this type of learner to work individually and bring in experiences from their own personal lives. Students are asked to consider the different types of investing for their future and how they can relate to their own personal, financial, and professional goals. They will be going online to research potential places to live and understand how the housing market has affected each location. There's an online simulation game called Mansion Impossible where students are asked to purchase property when the market is low and sell it when it's high, leading to the ability to purchase a $10 million mansion. They will also be completing several online quizzes testing their own ability to recognize current company logos and its association with color. They'll be asked to bring in current knowledge of creative marketing and how it affects them to purchase certain products. People with kinesthetic intelligence love movement. They enjoy sports and dance. They're really good at building things and like to stay active, so this type of student needs to be doing things like activities all the time. Students will be asked to survey their own neighborhood and discover how many houses are currently on the market and ask what the prices are. They could do this by calling the number listed or researching online. Students will be asked to take a variety of photos displaying local current real estate signs and its effectiveness on selling that property, thus leading into a discussion on how effective and creative marketing is. Students will be asked to bring in a product that they believe is an ineffective marketing campaign, then creating their own successful campaign. Students will also be asked to bring in examples of advertisements where products display a hidden message. Now, the naturalist intelligence has to do with how we relate to our surroundings and where we fit into it. People have a sensitivity to and appreciation for nature. This learner will enjoy being outside for the activities that take place around their neighborhood and the local community. Students are asked to take pictures and bring in examples of what is currently happening around town. Students will be observing local billboards and understanding its effectiveness on consumers. They will recognize how recycling is a business in itself and is advertised more frequently than we think. Musical intelligences involves the ability to understand and appreciate musical rhythms and patterns. They are gifted with the ability to compose, sing, and/or play instruments. This type of learner will be able to create and produce a marketing jingle using Pro Tools or Audacity for a campaign commercial. They will also have the opportunity to include their own lyrics and/or background music. People with a visual intelligence are artistic. They are very aware of their surroundings and are good at remembering images. They have a great sense of direction. They like to draw, paint, and read maps. They learn best through drawings and visual aids. So once again, there will be multiple opportunities for this type of learner. They will be creative in producing an effective marketing campaign with pictures downloaded from the internet. They will be stimulated with the Mansion Impossible game. Students will further understand how the use of color is so effective for products and services, and how it directly connects with the way consumers process information. Groups will also be asked to present material to the class using PowerPoint or any other form of presentation material. Verbal intelligence is a strength in words, both written and verbal. They enjoy reading, writing, and learning languages. They have an ability to teach and explain things to others. They learn best by reading, taking notes, and going to lectures. This type of learner will be intrigued by their involvement in class discussion. I'm always encouraging my students to keep an open discussion around the class and the freedom to express themselves with interesting questions. Students will have plenty of opportunity to present their ideas or findings to the class individually or as a group. They will also have to share their marketing campaign as a group project and expect to get immediate feedback from their peers. Lastly, people with logical intelligence are abstract thinkers and are attracted to logic and reasoning. They're good at investigation and scientific processes. They learn best by logic, especially towards the beginning of this unit. There will be a lot of math involved. This learning style can be maximized by taking their findings about the current housing market and show how they can make a profit of at least $300 per month by renting out that same property. Students will be given much freedom when it comes to thinking logically. They'll be able to take information given to them from the teacher and/or their personal findings and begin to apply it directly to their lives daily. They will soon discover that the way they see marketing will affect how they purchase products or services in the future. So this should wrap up the video, but in conclusion I want to mention a couple different things. That my goal isn't for the students to simply learn the material for a test or to satisfy their parents by getting a better letter grade, but it's truly for them to be able to walk out the front door and apply what they've learned. My hope for them is to be able to utilize what they've learned out in the real world. That's when I'm the happiest as a teacher, when I actually get to see the students learning and actually see that they understand the material. When you get to see it in their eyes, that they comprehend, that they just understand that what you're trying to get across, it's at that moment when it clicks for them. That's the best time for me. I'll finish with a quote from Socrates. Education is not the filling of a vessel, but the kindling of a flame. Thanks for listening.